Well, thank you so much. We are the RFD Boys, and we are grateful for those of you who have had the courage to come and see us tonight. You know, it's nothing against the sound man, but you clap louder than he does. And you know, we've played some live streams here without an audience. Anyway, so it's wonderful to have you here. We're a bluegrass band. We've been around for a long time. By the way, it's a special night for our bass player, Paul. Well, it's a special time for him in his life because he has recently retired from a life of medicine. And so how about a hand for the retiree over here? And so here's an interesting fact. Paul has been an RFD boy longer than he's been a doctor. You were a freshman at the university or a sophomore? Sophomore at the university when he got started. His parents, I thought they were never going to forgive us, but he got through medical school and redeemed himself. Anyway, well, while I'm talking about the band, at the far end here we have Luke Panning from Holland, Michigan, filling in for Dave Mosier, our regular fiddler. And this is not Luke's first time on the stage with us, and hopefully not the last. We love having you here, Luke.
See how the gig goes.
Appreciate it. Yeah. And next to him is Dan Roehrig, the youngest member of the RFD Boys, and he's 55. And over here is Willard Spencer.
I'm 53.
He doubles as he's our banjo player, our sound man, and our announcer. And Willard, we're trying to attract a younger audience, and they don't know what the Klein Building is. So from the top of the Klein Building.
Well, that's what it was. We were in the, Yes, I was talking to the microphone so the people other places can hear me. But no, the client, it was a department store right here in downtown. When I first moved into town, we had Goodyear's and we had Klein's, and it was a wonderful little hometown. That was before Briarwoods, right, BB. But somebody just told me the other day that the years from 1918 to 1970 is kind of what 1970 to 2022 is now. That's scary.
Yeah, it is. Well, anyway, we better get going because if we
there's more
play all
stories
these songs on the list and we have this much talk in between, we'll be here till midnight. And we're only going to play for about an hour and 15 minutes. Let you folks get home and watch the end of the football game. So that first number we did is a great old fiddle tune. It's one called Whiskey Before Breakfast, and it's the reason Willard looks so young.
Well, I had this idea back when I lived in Kentucky, which is, the Kentucky is, their whiskey is bourbon. And you can go down to the University of Kentucky, and it's Bourbon Hall. So I thought I would capitalize that, and I knew this tune called Whiskey Before Breakfast, so I thought I'd open a donut shop, which would be Bourbon Barrel Donuts, where we would call it Drunken Donuts. No. Okay. Well, actually, we were worried that Luke here couldn't make it tonight because he does play in another band on the West Coast. It was the, let me think of the name of the band. It'll come to me in a second. It's the Lake Effect Snow Band.
We shoveled our way out to get over here tonight.
Very good. Very good. But now let's do a cowboy song.
Boys, let's do this. This was song one, side one of Lyle Lovett's first vinyl record. And Dan learned it because he and I lived together. And he had access to my record collection, him being my son. Dan Roehrig, one called Cowboy Man.
wore glass slippers. She held her head up high. She had that sparkle at her feet and that twinkle in her eye. She smiled at me, and as I wondered why, she said, I'm looking for a cowboy to take me for a ride. He can rope me on the prairie, he can ride me on the plains, and I will be his Cinderella if he'll be my cowboy man. She said, I got a 40-gallon Stetson hat with a 38-foot brim. We could dance around the outside, baby, until we both fall in. And you can rope me on the prairie, you can ride me on the plains, and I will be your Cinderella if you'll be my cowboy man. Been no cowboy, oh heaven knows I've tried. I'd be riding tall in that saddle, honey, with my Cinderella by my side. And I can rope her on the prairie, I can ride her on the plains, and she will be my Cinderella, and I'll be her cowboy man. Prairie, I can ride her on the plain. She will be my Cinderella, and I'll be her cowboy man.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Let's keep it moving here and feature Paul, the singing doctor.
What he's saying is he doesn't want me telling any jokes yet. That's why he wants to keep it moving.
Well, after Willard set that high bar. Yeah. This is one we used to do way back at the Pretzel Bell back in the early 70s, and it fell out of the rotation for a long time. I can't remember how we got it back, but we've been doing it the last couple of years at each gig, which means we've done it about twice, because not been a lot of gigs. This one's called 8 More Miles to Louisville.
Traveled o'er this countrywide seeking fortune fair. I've been down the two coastlands, I've traveled everywhere. From Portland east to Portland west and back across the line. I'm going now to the base that's best, that old hometown of mine. 8 more miles and Louisville will come into my view. 8 more miles on this old road and I'll never more be blue. I knew someday that I'd come back, I knew it from the start. 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart. To be be a gal somewhere like you like best of all. Now mine lives down in Louisville. She's long and she is tall. Well, she's the kind that you can't find rambling through this land. I'm on my way this very day to win her heart and hand. 8 more miles and Louisville will come into my view. 8 more miles on this old road and I'll never more be blue. I knew someday that I'd come back, I knew it from the start. 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart. I can picture in my mind a place we'll call our home. A humble little spot for two we'll never want to roam. The place that's right for that love side is in those bluegrass hills. It gently flows the Ohio by a place called Louisville. 8 more miles and Louisville will come into my view. 8 more miles on this old road and I'll never more be blue. I knew someday that I'd come back, I knew it from the start. 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart.
One of the things that attracted me to bluegrass music way back in the day, 1960. So I came to Ann Arbor in '67 for graduate school in economics, and I think it was
How'd
my
that work out?
How'd that work out? Well, let's just say that here I am. You know, it took me. So okay, I'm going to fill all this empty space now. So my thesis chairman was Harold Shapiro, and he
Cousin Harry, as we called him.
Paul's cousin Harry. He was one of the good presidents of the university. But when I met him, he was just an econ professor. He taught macroeconomics, and he chaired my committee. And then I got introduced to Doc Watson and Clarence White, and I started spending all my time practicing guitar and hanging out with these felons. And so 10 years later, I got a nasty note from the university saying, if you don't get your dissertation in soon, you're going to lose your candidacy. And so I did, and I defended my dissertation in Harold Shapiro's office. He was vice president at that time. That's my story,
That's your
boys.
story, and you're sticking to
I'm
it.
sticking to it. But one of the things that attracted me to the bluegrass music was the harmony singing. And we'd like to do a 3-part harmony song for you, one called Prison Walls of Love. Visions of the past. above. All my vows will be unbroken behind these prison walls of love. Behind these prison walls of Thank you very much. We're starting our 50, let's see, we played first in 1969, it's now 2022, so I think it's our 53rd year that we have begun. And to commemorate our 50th year, we put out a new CD. It was our first studio CD since 1972. We did a couple of live ones. Anyway, one of my favorite songs on there is the one we're going to do for you now. It features Dan, and it's one called High on a Mountaintop.
And this goes out particularly to my primo who lives high on a mountaintop.
Days that used to be. As I look to the valleys down below, they are green just as far as I can see. As my memory returns, oh how my heart did yearn for you and the days that used to be. Blowing free, thinking of the days that used to be. High on a mountaintop, standing all alone, wondering where the years of my life have flown. Ever think of me, or has time blotted out your memory? As I listen to the breeze whisper gently through the trees, I'll always cherish what you meant to me. High on a mountaintop, wind blowing free, thinking of the days that used to be. All alone, wondering where the years of my life have flown. where the years of my life have flown. Wondering where the years of my life have flown.
Thank you. Paul, what do you have to say for yourself? So, you know, Paul was a very popular doctor back in the day. Of course, they don't always turn out so well, those popular doctors back in the day, but he was a good one. The Ann Arbor News used to run a survey of physicians, and they asked other physicians which physician they would send their family members to for physiatry, and Paul was always the winner in that.
I paid a lot of money for those votes.
You know, that's right. Yeah, it's like the time we won the Best in the Midwest band contest, and well, I won't tell you about that story, but anyway. You know, how can I be talking to Paul and then I'm trying to kick off something called Red-Haired Boy? I forget, Paul, what I was going to say about you, but it'll come to me. But in the meantime, let's feature Luke Panning over here. By the way, he was the state of Michigan fiddling champion multiple times.
And I won't let anyone forget it.
But he tells us his sister is better than him, and so the next time we're here, you might see a woman on the far end of the stage.
I don't think I said she was better than me. I think I said we had a fiddle contest one day, and I accompanied her on. I was playing guitar, she played fiddle, and she
Yes.
beat me that year. And
Oh, because of the guitar
because of the
accompaniment.
guitar playing, I think.
Of course.
So Eve, if you're watching, the gauntlet has been thrown down.
Sorry about that, Chief. Okay, well, we now will enter into the tribute portion of our show. And, as artists that we admire have passed away over the years, we've tried to work up a number to honor them in our set. And it's getting to be a bigger and bigger part of our sets. And I think we have 5 of them today. And the first one is Tom T. Hall, who's actually more of a country singer, songwriter, great songwriter. But he wrote a song called Bill Monroe for Breakfast that has been the theme song of the Bluegrass show on WCBN radio for many, many years. And we thought it was a real fitting number to do for us as a bluegrass band. And Dan has worked it up. So let's do one called Bill Monroe for Breakfast Every Day.
It's a Canadian key? A.
Okay.
So I saw this picture. It was, it said, come to Canada, enjoy the culture, enjoy the scenery. You won't be able to get out because your car won't start.
Until you test negative. Okay.
When I was just a little boy, we lived down on a farm, 7 miles from nowhere and 100 miles from harm. We made our living from the ground, if anything would grow. We got our country music from a big old radio. And we had Bill Monroe for breakfast every day. Then we'd head out in the fields, hoeing corn and mowing hay. Mama loved his singing, Daddy loved to hear him play. We had Bill Monroe for breakfast every day. We had a big old battery that ran the radio. Sometimes we'd run it down listening to the Opry show. But we all had our instruments and most of us could play. So we had Bill Monroe for breakfast anyway. Yeah, we had Bill Monroe for breakfast every day. Then we'd head out in the fields hoeing corn and mowing hay. My mama loved his singing, Daddy loved to hear him play. We had Bill Monroe for breakfast every day. My mama was a lady and my daddy liked to preach. And all we ever had was just a place to eat and sleep. If I could go back home again, back to that simple way, well, we'd have Bill Monroe for breakfast every day. Yeah, we had Bill Monroe for breakfast every day. Then we'd head out in the fields hoeing corn and mowing hay. Mama loved his singing, Daddy loved to hear him play. So we had Bill Monroe for breakfast every day. Yeah, we had Bill Monroe for breakfast every day.
Thank you, Dan. The next one we're going to do is a tribute to Nancy Griffith. And how many of you out there know Nancy Griffith? Yes? Good. Okay. You know, she's not bluegrass. She's more Americana, kind of country. But she has been a major person here at the Ark and at the Folk Festival. And speaking of the Folk Festival, you probably know that the Ark had to cancel it this year. You know, it's wicked. It's just wicked. Last year we knew I consider myself part of the Ark. We knew we couldn't have a live festival last year, so we were able to plan a virtual festival, and it was great. And then this year we were, you know, we had our hopes up like everybody else that things were getting back to normal, and so they booked Hill Auditorium and booked a lot of great acts with Emmylou Harris and others, but they've just had to cancel it. But there will be a tribute to Nancy Griffith consisting of videos made by, I think it's 13 different Michigan groups, each recording one of her songs, and we are among the groups who did record those songs. I think it's going to be next Saturday night, but it's, you know, it's available online, live streamed, and you can listen to it at your leisure over a period of time. It's maybe $10, something like that, but it's great. And so we'd like to do our entry into that Nancy Griffith tribute. This one's called I Wish It Would Rain. I wish it would rain and wash my face clean. I want to find some dark clouds to hide in here. Oh, love and a memory, sparkles like diamonds. When the diamonds fall, they burn like tears. When the diamonds fall, they burn like tears. Once I had a love in the Georgia pines who only cared for me. I want to find that love from 22 here at 33. Got a heart on my right, one on my left, neither suits my needs. Cause the one I love's living way out west, she never will need me. And I wish it would rain and wash my face clean. I want to find some dark clouds to hide in here. Oh, love and a memory, sparkle like diamonds. When the diamonds fall, they burn like tears. When the diamonds fall, they burn like tears. Two-step boots, head for the Gulf Coast plains. Gonna walk the streets of my own hometown where everybody knows my name. Think I'll travel a ways down to Galveston where the hurricanes roll in. Cause the Gulf Coast water tastes sweet as wine when your heart's rolling home in the wind. And I wish it would rain and wash my face clean. I wanna find some dark cloud to hide in here. Oh, love and a memory, sparkle like diamonds. When the diamonds fall, they burn like tears. When the diamonds fall, they burn like tears. When the diamonds fall, they burn like tears. All right, two bluegrass greats who we lost over the last couple of years. One somewhat greater than the other. Tony Rice, the great bluegrass guitar player, lead singer, really left a huge mark on bluegrass. And he, when he was younger, he played in a band with a banjo player named J.D. Crowe, who was a very famous banjo player of the Earl Scruggs variety. And they were in a group together, and we've picked a song that they did together to honor both of them. And this one is called The Old Home Place. It's actually a song written by the Dillards, if any of you are familiar with that bluegrass band. Older than us. Probably not around anymore.
It's been 10 long years since I left my home in the holler where I was born, where the cool fall nights make the wood smoke rise and a fox hunter blows his horn. I fell in love with a girl from the town. I thought that she would be true. I ran away to Charlottesville and worked in a sawmill or two. What have they done to the old home place? Why did they tear it down? And why did I leave my plow in the field and look for a job in the town? Somebody else. The taverns took all my pay, and here I stand where the old home stood before they took it away. Now geese fly south and the cold wind moans as I stand here and hang my head. I've lost my love, I've lost my home, and now I wish that I was dead. What have they done to the old home place? Why did they tear it down? And why did I leave my plow in the field and look for a job in the town? What have they done to the old home place? Why did they tear it down? And why did I leave my plow in the field and look for a job in the town?
So, Paul, have you heard any jokes lately?
No, I've been too busy trying to figure out what to do in my retirement. I thought I might take up taxidermy because I like doing stuff. Then I thought I might become a part-time barber. The shop asked how much I wanted. I said $100 an hour, and they said, that's way too much. Why are you asking for so much? I said, well, when you don't know how to do something, the work's really hard. They gave me a try, but they fired me because they said I just couldn't cut it as a barber.
Didn't you get a job at the bank?
Well, I had a job at the bank. I started out in the loan department, but I lost interest. And then they had me working as a teller, trying me out as a teller, and I was doing pretty well until one client asked me to check her balance, and I pushed her over.
Okay.
So
You're just back to the routine, right? Don't let me push you. Don't let me push you over.
I wanted to try some other, non-monetary things. I thought I'd study to be a monk, but I never got the chance.
Chance, C-H-A-N-T-S, I get it. Paul has such a negative attitude that he walks into a crowded room and people turn around and go, "Who left?" Okay, no, I won't get going. That's such a nerdy joke, isn't it? Yeah, back to be a little more serious here. But so any of you who have seen us over the last 5 years, almost every night we play here, we have a gentleman who would come out and sing 2 or 3 songs. His name was George Kilbreth. And George was older than us. He was, anyway, George just passed away this last month. And but at our 50th anniversary, he came out and just sang an incredible T for Texas with the yodeling. And I mean, this guy was unbelievable. He was just such an authentic singer. And there are links to the RFD Boys because he played in a band with our fiddle player and founder, our late fiddler, Dick Dieterle. Was in a band with George called the County Line Boys at Mr. Flood's party, which was down on Liberty Street, was down on Liberty Street way back when. And when they broke up, Dick hired me and Paul and Willard, and that's how we got started back in 1969. So anyway, we would like to do a number that we learned from George and that he would sing almost every time he was up here playing with us. One called "Don't Be Angry." Don't be angry with me, darling, if I fail to understand all your little whims and wishes all the time. Just remember that I'm dumb, I guess, like any foolish man, and my head stays sort of foggy 'cause you're mine. Now I recall the first time that I flirted with you, dear, and I jokingly said, "Won't you be my bride?" Well, now the time has turned the pages, that's the sweetest joke on earth. And I thank the Lord I have you by my side. So don't be angry with me, darling, if I fail to understand all your little whims and wishes all the time. Just remember that I'm dumb, I guess, like any foolish man, and my head stays sort of foggy 'cause you're mine. maybe someday you're gonna hurt me. I've been hurt in love before. Only God can know, and time alone will tell. But in the meantime, I'm gonna love you, dear, with all my heart and soul. And I pray our love will last if it's His will. And don't be angry with me, darling, if I fail to understand all your little whims and wishes all the time. Just remember that I'm dumb, I guess, like any foolish man, and my head stays sort of foggy 'cause you're mine. Rest in peace, George.
Well, who else died?
Well, Jimmy Martin died 10 years ago. And so this is a tribute song, too. We didn't think of it that way, but...
Well, J.D. Crowe, you have to realize J.D. Crowe was not the banjo player that he became until he joined Jimmy Arden's band. And Jimmy taught him how to play the banjo.
That's right.
The way Jimmy wanted it played. And Lord, it was good.
That's right. Unlike the RFD Boys, who we instill no discipline at all in our fellow band members. This one's called My Walking Shoes Don't Fit Me Anymore. Shoes don't fit me anymore. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. Stay on this side of town, honey, I won't be around. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. I'll be a long time gone from you, baby. You'll never hear me knock upon your door. Thought you were worth it once, but that was crazy. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. Stay on this side of town, honey, I won't be around. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. And it's a long way from here to over yonder. My feet are getting mighty sore. I ain't coming back, you made your mind to wander. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. Stay on this side of town, honey, I won't be around. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. All right, boys. All right, thank you. Did the lights just start to go down, or am I getting ready to pass out? Here's a beautiful number. Paul, you do a nice job on this one most of the time. It's a great old number. It's one we actually recorded on our very first album back in 1972, and it's one called The Gold Watch and Chain.
Darling, how can I stay here without you? I have nothing to cheer my poor heart. This old world would seem sad, love, without you. Tell me now that we're never to part. Oh, I'll pawn you my gold watch and chain, love. I will pawn you my gold diamond ring. I will pawn you this heart in my bosom. Only say that you'll love me again. Tell me why that you do not love me. Tell me why that your smile is not bright. Tell me why you have grown so cold-hearted. Is there no kiss for me, love, tonight? Oh, I'll pawn you my gold watch and chain, love. I would pawn you my gold diamond ring. I would pawn you this heart in my bosom. Only say that you'll love me again. Take back all the gifts you have given. Save the ring and the lock of your hair, and the card with your picture upon it. It's a face that is false but is fair. Oh, I'll pawn you my gold watch and chain, love. I will pawn you my gold diamond ring. I will pawn you this heart in my bosom. Only say that you love me again.
Mighty fine, Paul, mighty fine. All right. Well, the evening's winding down, and the real question is, who's ahead, the Rams or the Buccaneers?
That's tomorrow.
Is that tomorrow? Who's tonight? Green Bay?
San Francisco.
Green Bay and the 49ers. Is there a score? All right. Okay. Okay.
They're freezing up there. Lambeau Field.
Yeah,
That's
night
right.
game at Lambeau Field.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know.
Can you imagine trying to play fiddle in that weather, Luke?
I cannot.
Okay. Boys, it's getting dark. The city of, okay, this is a late edition by request of a pal of mine. that I miss a lot these days because we played golf probably twice a week from March or late March until November. Paul Bancel. Paul, you here? Okay, there he is. He's there. Paul, I asked him what he might want to hear, and he came up with a train song that we used to do. We haven't done it in quite a while, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it well, boys. It's the train they call the City of New Orleans, and then Willard, you're going to sing Seeds and Stems Blues to Paul because he's a big Commander Cody fan. Riding on the City of New Orleans, Illinois Central, the Monday morning rail. Got 15 cars and 15 restless riders, with 3 conductors, 25 sacks of mail. We're all out on the southbound Odyssey as the train pulls out of Kankakee, rolls past the houses, farms, and fields, passing towns that have no name in the freight yards filled with old black men and the graveyards of rusted automobiles. Good morning, America, how are you? Yeah, don't you know me? I'm your native son. Well, I'm the train they call the City of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when day is done, dealing cards with the old men in the club car. It's a penny a point, there ain't no one keeping score. Won't you pass that paper bag that holds the bottles? You can hear the wheels rumbling through the floor. And the sons of Coleman porters, the sons of engineers, ride their father's magic carpet made of steel. The mothers with their babes asleep and rocking to the gentle beat. The rhythm of the rails is all they dream. Good morning, America, how are you? Yeah, don't you know me? I'm your native son. Well, I'm the train they call the City of New Orleans. Gone a long, long time when day is done. Midnight on the City of New Orleans, changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. We're halfway home, but we'll be there by morning. Through the Mississippi darkness, roll into the sea. And all the towns and faces seem to fade into a bad dream. The old steel rail, it ain't heard the news. The conductor sings his song again, but the passengers will please refrain. This train's got the disappearing railroad blues. Good morning, America, how are you? Yeah, don't you know me? I'm your native son. Well, I'm the train they call the City of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when day is done. Good night, America, how are you? Yeah, don't you know me? I'm your native son. Well, I'm the train they call the City of New Orleans. I'll be gone a long, long time when day is done. All right. By the way, one of the greatest nights in the life of the RFD Boys was at the Pretzel Bell restaurant. Steve Goodman had played at Power Center with Vassar Clements. Vassar Clements' band was his warm-up act, and they all came down to the Pretzel Bell to join the RFD Boys because we didn't start playing till 10 o'clock. And so we met Steve Goodman. And we actually met John Prine, who came in for the show and was in the audience. So that was pretty cool. All right, boys, we've got a couple more numbers here. Oh, yes. All right. Back when we played with the Pretzel Bell, we played 4 sets starting at 10 o'clock. We did it 3 nights a week, 50 weeks a year for 12 years. And, so everybody in the band had a whole lot of songs that they would sing. And this is one of the ones that Willard would sing back in the day.
And we're going to honor the commander, who we just lost, I think in December. So, it's George. I'm all alone, Saturday night, I'm watching the Late Late Show. I got a bottle of wine and some cigarettes, ain't got no place to go. Saw your other man today, he had on my new shoe, and I'm down to seeds and stems again too. I saw my old friend Chuck today from up in Bowling Green. He had the prettiest little gal that I had ever seen. Couldn't hide my tears at all, 'cause she looked just like Paul. And I'm down to seeds and stems again too.
Stein.
Now everybody tells me there's other ways to get by, but they don't seem to understand that I'm too far gone to try. But these memories, feelings, are all that I can lose, and I'm down to seeds and stems again too. You see, my doggy died just the other day. Left me all alone. And the finance company came by, and they even repossessed my phone. That's the drop in the bucket compared to playing with them. And I'm down to seeds and stems again too. Yes, I got those down to seeds and stems again too.
Yeah.
That's Willard Spencer.
I felt like Elvis at the time.
Well, boys, what do we got time for? One more? Or is that?
Yep, I think that's it.
All right. Well, we'd like to send you on your way with the granddaddy of them all, fiddle tunes, the one that Luke used to play in the fiddle contest. Until they finally said, Luke, you're too good at that. You don't get to play that one anymore. You have to pick something else. What did you pick after you couldn't play that anymore?
I just gave up after my sister beat me.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I thought we went around the circle on that one, and oh well.
What are we doing?
We're going to do one called the Orange Blossom Special, and the RFD Boys would like to thank Luke Panning for coming here and joining us tonight. Luke, thanks so much. And the rest of us have enjoyed playing for you all. And thank you so much for giving us a live audience. It makes a difference. It really does. Thank you.
As Richard used to say, if it wasn't for you people out here to make it a worthwhile concert, it just would have been a bad practice. But we're not going to practice this one. We're going to mobilize it.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year.